This meeting is being recorded. Page 133 is where we're at.
I'm going to turn the light above the pod.
Okay.
I looked like Batman without it.
You did kind of remind me of that, actually, now that you say that. All right, this is page 133. Okay. So we're talking about the ing opener, the ing opener, which is the number 4. We've talked about this before, but there's a few things to be aware of as you're looking for those openers and as you're using them in your writing. So week 5, you learned that a number 4 ing opener is a sentence that begins with a participle ing phrase. A legal grammatical number 4 sentence opener follows the pattern ing word, which is a phrase in the phrase, and then comma, main clause. So I bet you didn't know this, but there's legal and illegal number 4 openers. So we're going to talk about that. So a legal number 4 opener, a number 4 ing opener is a legal, grammatically correct number 4 ing opener when the thing after the comma, the subject of the main clause, is the thing doing the inging. Okay, this is a little way to help you get it in your head. So it's got to be the thing doing the inging. So whatever the ing is at the beginning of the sentence for the opener, after the comma has to be the subject doing the whatever the ing is at the beginning of the sentence, because sometimes it gets crossed up. Students add details that don't relate to the subject, and then it's illegal. So that's what we're talking about today, basically. So here's an example of a legal ing opener. Adjusting his crown, King Morton sighed. So King Morton is the thing or the subject of the main clause after the comma. So the main clause after the comma is King Morton sighed. And then King Morton is doing the adjusting. So it's a legal number 4 ing opener. So because that subject is what's doing the ing here, that word. So here are some examples of illegal number 4 opener. A number 4 ing opener is an illegal, grammatically incorrect number 4 ing opener when the thing after the comma is not the thing doing the inging. So here, adjusting his crown, it was heavy. Obviously, it is referring to the crown, not whoever's doing the adjusting here. So it is the thing, the subject of the main clause after the comma. The crown, is not doing the adjusting. This is an illegal number 4 ing opener and must be rewritten so that the person adjusting the crown is the thing, the subject of the main clause after the comma. Here's another illegal ing opener. Raising his voice, King Morton's impatience was obvious. So it looks like King Morton is the thing after the comma. However, King Morton's with the apostrophe S is an adjective describing impatience. Impatience is not doing the raising. So this is an illegal number 4 ing opener and must be rewritten so that King Morton, the person raising his voice, is the thing, the subject of the main clause after the comma. So does that make sense to you, Jasper?
Yeah.
So King Morton's patience, so this becomes the subject, impatience. And it does not connect to raising his voice. So that's why that's wrong. Here's where they fix it. It says, check the thing, the subject of the main clause after the comma is the thing doing the inging, and then fix it, rewrite it if necessary. So here's the first mistake up here. So adjusting his heavy crown, King Morton sighed. So King Morton is referring to who's doing the inging, which is King Morton is doing the adjusting. And here, raising his voice, King Morton showed impatience. And there again, King Morton is doing the inging, which is raising his voice. So that's basically it in a nutshell as far as paying attention to what's happening after the comma and if it refers back to the ing at the beginning of the sentence. There is often more than one way to rewrite an illegal number 4 sentence. So in your homework this week, you're going to have a couple of these where you're rewriting the sentence because it's illegal, but just know that there's more than one way to do it. So, you know, you can decide how you want to write it, basically. All right. On the back of this page, here's a practice page. It's page 134. What is the sentence opener? So as you learned in week 18, an imposter number 4 begins with a number 1 subject opener, the subject of the sentence, or a number 2 prepositional opener. These are examples of a prepositional opener: concerning, according to, regarding, or during. A legal ing opener follows the pattern ing word with a phrase, comma, main clause, just like we just talked about. The thing after the comma is the thing doing the inging. An illegal number 4 appears to follow the pattern, but the thing after the comma is not the thing doing the inging. The sentence is grammatically incorrect. Read each sentence and decide if it begins with a number 1 subject opener, number 2 prepositional opener, number 4 ing participle opener, or if the sentence is illegal, grammatically incorrect. Remove the comma if it is incorrect. And you'll notice, just glancing at all of these, they all have ing at the beginning. So sometimes that is a subject opener or prepositional opener or ing opener. So we're going to talk about each one of these here. The number 1 is the subject opener, number 2 prepositional, and 4 is the ing. Okay. Let me check my notes here, see how we do this. So each one is a little bit different. And here's a couple of rules to keep in mind. If a main clause does not follow the comma, the sentence is neither a prepositional opener or a number 4 ing opener. It is a subject opener, and you remove the comma. So if the main clause does not follow the comma, it's a number 1 subject opener. If the sentence begins with concerning, according to, regarding, or during, it is a prepositional opener, and that's when you use a comma only if there's more than 5 words or 5 words or more. Remember, if it's a short one, like if it's only 3 words, you don't need a comma. If the sentence is an ing opener, make sure the thing after the comma is the thing doing the thinging. That's probably the inging. That's probably the easiest one to spot. All right, so looking at the first one, dipping her bread in the fly soup improved its taste. Okay, obviously we're talking about the frog here. Fly soup. Okay, anyway.
Does the comma get taken out?
Does the fly get taken out? I don't know. I'm thinking, sounds like fly soup, like it's made with flies, so I don't know. That's nasty. Anyway, okay, so dipping is the opener, right? So we got to decide, is it a subject or prepositional or ing? If you look at after the comma, we have a verb here. I'm just going to label this one. They're all a little bit different. So we're just going to have to kind of fumble our way through these to figure it out. But we have the word improved, and that's referring back to dipping. So dipping would be the subject here. So dipping is what improved its taste. So the subject here is dipping, and that makes it a number 1, which is the subject opener. And for that rule, for the subject opener, it does not need a comma. So we'll take out that little comma there. Okay. Looking at the next one, dripping in cream, Dorinda gobbled her bread. Okay, do you have any thoughts on that?
Is it number 4?
So number 4 would be like the ing opener. So is the thing after? Oh, is the thing after the comma doing the inging, right? Because
Yeah,
Dorinda is not the one dripping.
So would it be a subject one then?
No, because dripping in cream
Okay.
is an action. So really, this is going to be illegal. That's what this one's going to be illegal because it doesn't match anything. So yeah. Looking at this one, okay, during the afternoon, Frederick and Dorinda escaped the library.
Is that number 2?
It is, yes, because that is a preposition. During, good. So during the afternoon is a preposition. So those prepositional openers are concerning, according to, regarding, or during. And so, yeah, that makes it a prepositional. However, we need to remove the comma because there's only 3 words in that phrase. Remember, if it's 5 or more, then you use a comma. So we'll just take that comma out since it's a short 3-word phrase. Okay, and the next one, according to the head librarian, Frederick's book sat on the lowest shelf.
Is that one illegal because Frederick's has the S?
That's a good thought. But it's actually a preposition according to.
Oh gosh.
Whoa.
That was my dog. They're barking.
My dogs do that too.
And I don't know what they're barking at, but he just stood there looking at the dog door, and then he just barked and ran out.
Oh my gosh. My dogs do that to me too. It's like scares me half to death.
Oh gosh.
Do you need to go check?
Yeah, I'll be right back.
No problem.
I have no idea what they were all worked up about.
Who knows? Could be a bird or a squirrel or whatever, huh?
It could have been a rat or a mouse because they were looking out the gate and looking behind stuff.
Ah, yeah.
But they also find grasshoppers fascinating, so it could have been a wide variety of things.
I love it. That's the way my dogs are too. Okay, while you were out for a second, I decided to jot this little note down here because really these are the only prepositional openers. So if you want to write this down in the margin here, concerning, according to, regarding, and during, that helps knowing those, and then that's pretty easy to identify. So this one, since it starts with according to, is actually going to be another number 2 opener. And since it has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 words, you do need the comma. So concerning, according to, regarding, and during.
Where is concerning?
I don't think they used it in these examples, but just know that that is a prepositional opener.
Okay.
Yeah. If you ever, like when you're working on your, we're going to be adding prepositional openers to our checklist. And so maybe you could use that page as a reference. Oh, we already do have that. Okay. It is on your checklist. So, but yeah, it's not going to be on this page.
All right.
Okay. So down to this one, hopping into the room, Frederick reached the bookshelf before Dorinda.
Is that one number 4 because Frederick is doing the hopping?
Yep. Excellent. You got it. And there's nothing we need to change because the comma needs to stay. Okay, leaping onto the footstool, Dorinda's back was sore.
Is that one illegal because it's S? All right.
Because it has that apostrophe S, that's the adjective. So the subject is back, and her back is not doing the leaping. So yes, good. Straining her back made Dorinda irritable.
Is that one 4 or a number 4?
No, because right after the comma is the word made, and that's a verb. So this is one of those where it's the straining that made, so this becomes the subject. The straining that made her back. So you know what that makes that one? If it starts with a subject, it's the subject opener. So this would be a number 1.
Okay.
Because it's this straining that made her irritable. So that becomes the subject. And since this one is a subject opener with the main, no, wait, let's see. What's the rule here? Subject opener. You don't need a comma after this one. Let me read the note here. Straining is the subject, made is the verb, is a number 1 subject opener. Remove the comma. So whenever you have a subject opener, you just don't need a comma. All right. Opening the cover, Frederick sighed with contentment.
did one like this before, but yeah.
So you know it's not a number one because it's not one of these.
Yeah.
And then, so you're deciding between, is it a subject or is it a ing opener? Looking after the comma, is Frederick doing the ing?
No. Right?
Actually, yes, Frederick is doing the
Okay.
ing. Yeah.
Sometimes these are specific with it, so I didn't know if it was going to be the cover opening.
Ah, I see what you're thinking. Yeah. And it's hard because you're also looking at these sentences out of context. So you don't know, is it a cover of a book? Is it a cover for food? Is it like, what is it? So, but this one is in number 4 because Frederick is doing the opening. So that one's good with the comma right where it's at. Okay, so just taking a peek at the first page right here. We're not going to do the whole thing, obviously, but this is 135. So looking at this part of the sentence where it starts with mending rapidly, Dorinda shared her gloomy thoughts while Frederick listened sympathetically. So this is kind of tricky because the thing after the comma should be a comma here after rapidly. So is it Dorinda who's doing the mending? I guess you would have to know the context, which would be what's happening before that. So Dorinda is not the one mending, it's Frederick that's mending.
Oh.
So this one is an illegal number 4 opener. So you'll have to change part of this. What they're suggesting, I'll help you with this one, is, and we'll just stick this comma here after rapidly, but go ahead and just cross out Dorinda shared her gloomy thoughts while, and they're suggesting to add it here while Dorinda shared her gloomy thoughts here. By the way, I just want to mention, because we're kind of getting deep into this stuff now, at the back of the book, I don't know, you might have already noticed it, but the whole story is back here.
Yeah, I've seen that before on there.
So if it helps to, go back to this part of the story to kind of refresh your memory on what's happening, that's okay too. But that puts Frederick right after the comma, and it's Frederick is the one doing the mending. So then this becomes a number 4 ing opener. By the way, just so you know, I'll give you this clue too. This is a main clause right here. Dorinda shared her gloomy thoughts. That's actually a main clause too. So we'll stick those brackets in there. And then let me just peek ahead from here. The only other page is 137. That one is illegal. So you'll have to fix that. So when it tells you right here at the top, illegal number 4 opener, you'll know that you got to fix, like cross out something and rearrange the sentence. That's your clue. Does that make sense, Jasper?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, so we're good. Then we're done with that. Unless you have any other questions about grammar.
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, now moving on. I saw that you got your keyword outline done. It looks really, really good. I like you chose war, I think, for your second topic for the chimpanzees. So we've been working on those three. Oh, here, let me share my screen here, just to refresh your memory so we can get our head into this. This is the one that we did together a couple weeks ago, or last week, I guess it was. No, a couple weeks ago we did this one. And then we worked on fusing these together. And then you chose, for this week's homework, you chose another topic, and I think you picked war to do your outlines and your fused outline with C and D. So now
Did you want to do 2 outlines for that? Or were we only supposed to do 1?
So for war, I know I was trying to figure out how to word that on the Google Classroom, but you did it correctly. So there were only 2 sources, C and D, that talked about war. So really you only needed 2 initial outlines and then fusing those 2 outlines together into one. Okay. I think that's what you did. I looked at it this morning. Right?
I have 2 separate topics. So now I have crime, behavior, and war.
You did. Oh, okay. Okay, cool. Okay, that's good. Let me check my homework assignment. You're just ahead.
I might have understood the 2 outlines as 2 different pages.
Yeah, sorry about that, Jasper. But the good news is you're ahead. So that's the good news. Which means we'll be able to actually work a little bit further into the next assignment, which is good. But I was just talking about picking one more topic. And then what I mean by 2 outlines is for war, starting with the outline for C and then for D, and then fusing that into one. So you're saying you did war, and what was the other one you did? Behavior?
Behavior.
Okay, cool. Awesome. Okay, then. And then you fused both of those together? I mean, you fused each. So now you have technically 3 total fused outlines. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay, good. The one about crime, did we get to finish that, or did you finish that one? Fine, that was when we started in class.
Okay. We don't have 5, 6, and 7.
Okay. I think we were working on it in class, and then I assigned you something different. So we can finish up this one. And then you're at the point now of actually writing your research based off of your fused outlines. So that's good. I do want to show you really quick a sample research paper, just so you can see what the book gave me as an example. Oops, I don't like it when they do it that way. Hold on. Let me put that back. Okay, I'll just keep it like this. So, right here. So basically, I wanted to point out to you this student, and it's not perfect, but it's a good example, took 3 topics. And by the way, they rearranged the topics. You know how we started talking about crime, but this student talked about crime in the 3rd paragraph. So basically, you get to look at your 3 fused outlines and decide in your mind what is the logical order to put those 3 fused outlines in. You don't have to keep it crime and then war and then behavior. It can be whatever order. So I wanted to I'll just read it so we can both look at it at the same time. But so chimpanzees and their tribes, they picked a new title, which you will once you finish your paper. And then they have this introduction sentence, just kind of a generic, because remember, chimpanzees is the subject, so that's the broad topic there. So chimpanzees are an amazing animal to study. And I wanted to point that out, that they're just kind of giving a flat sentence, broad, to introduce the subject. And then they're going into their fused outline that they put together here. And you'll see the dress up words. They didn't underline them, and I wish they would have, but it's okay. The dress ups are there. The topic clenchers are there. And the openers are there, because now you're going to be focusing on the prepositional openers, which are the examples we put in your book there. And then I think the other one is the subject opener. Let me just peek really quick. So you'll have each opener. Oh, no, adverb. ly adverb opener is one of the other ones. Okay, so the most documented chimpanzees live in the Gombe. I don't know if it's Gombe or Gombe.
I think it's Gombe.
Gombe, okay. Gombe Stream National Park, which is located in Tanzania. Many streams pass through this park, which provides water and helps create more trees. Interestingly, so there's your adverb opener. Interestingly, there exists a chimpanzee chiefdom of Kasekela, which is led by an alpha male. The chimpanzees will bravely defend their territory, even if they are females, because the territory is the property of the whole group. Among these groups, so there's your, is among a preposition? I'm pretty sure it is.
I think
among
so.
These groups. Let me just check on that really quick, because I want to make sure I'm telling you right here. Among, yes.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, so your prepositional openers are obviously more than just the list we wrote out this morning. Those are ing prepositions. So among could work as a prepositional opener. Okay, among these groups, there are 3 or 4 warrior chimps that will patrol the borders, keeping their land safe. Chimpanzees will adamantly defend their realm and are overprotective of their territory. Even though chimps aggressively pursue intruders, hundreds of researchers have visited to the park to study and observe this astonishing animal since 1960. So they chose habitat, I think, and because they're talking about this park too, but so they chose information, I think, mostly about habitat to start with. And then moving into, chimps usually live in a community called a tribe. These tribes are united by race. So this is going to talk about their leadership, and led by a strong leader or chief. A chimp family consists of the mother and her children and her grandchildren. Surprisingly, researchers can rarely identify the real father of a baby chimp. It is usually the uncle who becomes more important to the chimp than its own father. Relatives normally support each other when one is in argument or crisis. For instance, an adult male chimp named Satan, it's like, really? Okay. You do live up to your name. Rescued a baby chimp called the Gimbal from death. Researchers are still unsure why he acted this way, because Gimbal was his biological son, and fathers usually do not care for their own. Even though fathers do not care for their children, it is still safe for baby chimps to live within a tribe. The last paragraph here is talking about the crime. Although it is sometimes safe for to be a member of the tribe, it could also mean that you might be killed. In 1974 to 1976, a crime wave began in Kasekela. Tragically, 6 or 7 baby chimps were kidnapped. This incident occurred while the males were away, so only the mothers were aware. One day, a female chimp who was named Omina was sitting with her second baby that was only 3 weeks old. Suddenly, while Omina sat there, a furious female chimp named Passion attacked, seized, and killed Omina's baby chimp. Unbelievably, Passion fed the meat of the dead baby chimp to her own children. Because of this cruel action, Passion's children, Pom and Prof, were taught to be corrupt, crooked cannibals. Although some of the children were killed, other tribes are not as evil. So I wanted to kind of just give you this example so you can see where you're headed with this. As far as topic clincher, here they've got killed and tribes and tribe. So they're tying in that first and last sentence with 2 or 3 keywords. And they could be repeated or reflected. Remember that rule? They can be the same word or they can be a similar word. This one, chimps usually live in a community called a tribe. Even though fathers do not care for their children, it is still safe for baby chimps to live within a tribe. So they've got tribe and chimps on that one. This first one, though, I did notice. Oh no, they have this. So instead of saying they got chimpanzees and then chimps at the last sentence here. So that would be more, it's still repeating, but it's just a different way, obviously a shorter way to say chimpanzees. So you can use that too. All right. Let me get rid of that here. Let's see. So going back to this one, let's just finish up 5 and 6 on here so that you have a complete fused outline here. And I know you have yours filled in, so I'm going to have you tell me what you want to put for 5 and 6. So obviously we have already the crime wave. I mean, I have some ideas here if you need some ideas, but, and then we've got the detail about 6 to 7 baby chimps. Only the mothers knew. Passion, and then how she shared the flesh with the children. This might be a good spot here to talk about. Is it Pom and Prof? Those were her babies, right?
I think so.
Yeah.
Let's see.
It talks about it, yeah, in I think Article D, or source text D. Oh yeah, on the back where we had labeled it crime. Talks about little b. I don't know. Do you have an idea for number 5? I know we're kind of jumping in the middle of this, but let's see. Sitting in a tree with pomegranate.
Oh, the third one for the fused outline where it says passion, attacked, teased, killed.
Yeah.
That's talking about Little B's baby, right? Or no, they got away from it, I think.
That's a good question. Passion was attacked. She was not the one. Wait, I'm confusing myself. It's from C. Let me see. Oh, yeah. So that's when Passion attacked Omina, right?
Okay.
That's on page 106 of it's the back of source text C. Passion had taken a dislike to Omina, another female in the community, and Omina's first baby had mysteriously disappeared. When she was sitting with her second baby, who was 3 weeks old, Passion charged her. Screaming in fear, Omina fled. Passion attacked, seized, and killed the babies. So Passion killed the second baby, but do we know the name? I don't think it says here. But Pom and Prof, okay, then she shared the flesh with her two children, Pom and Prof. So Pom and Prof are Passion's kids. So we could mention here, yeah, when does little B come in? Now I'm confusing myself here.
That's in D.
Okay.
On the backside.
On the backside. Okay. Okay, let's see.
Little B, who had probably already lost her first child to the gang, was sitting in a tree when Pom and Prof scrambled up the tree with Passion remaining on the ground below.
Okay, so little B, had a newborn baby. And Pom moved and sat very close to little B. Okay. So little B is just another.
Yeah, she's another one of them.
Got it. Okay, so.
But I think she gets away with her baby.
Instead of killing it. Toward the infant and glanced down at Passion. So. Okay. So Pom reached a hand toward the infant and then glanced down at Passion, who's Pom's mom, right? And then uttering squeals of fear, little B edged away toward a tall tree nearby. While Pom and Prof went after her, Passion raced up the trunk of the tree. Little B leaped. Escape was narrow. She made it. Exceedingly angry, the Passion trio, which is Passion and her two kids, reached for an hour, but failed to find her. Thank goodness, it was a miracle. A terrifying crime had been foiled. Okay, so I couldn't tell if she left her baby or if she had her baby with her when she went to the tall tree, but it sounds like she had her baby with her, so she escaped. Okay. So I wonder if we should mention that on number 5, that something about Pom, because this is the first time Pom learned from her mom, and she's found little B and tried to kill or at least kidnap, and she failed at that. So let's see number 5 here. Guess maybe you want help with this one, or do you want to tell me what you're thinking here for number 5?
I think it could probably do something with what's her name, little B. I have the first one for D, or the first sentence, not the not what's it called?
I know what you mean. The regular number 1 under the Roman numeral. Yeah. Okay.
It's Passion plus family criminal gang. So I think maybe that one. Or that might not fit. Just because it's after what? No, because that's when they're still babies, and then this one is when
Okay.
they're older.
What if we did palm and then learned and uh, basically palm attacked little b, right?
Mm-hmm.
So maybe we could just put attacked little, and I'll just put b dot so we know which one it is, because we've already got 1, 2, 3, 4. So palm learned. So basically palm learned from passion and then tried to attack little b, and then the little b escaped. Yeah, this part, the next part is like you said, like a gang or teamwork.
Mm-hmm.
How did you say that again as far as a gang?
Criminal gang.
Okay. I'll just put, how about we put passion plus gang, criminal gang, or however you want to word it. Okay, Jasper, this is just my thought. Um, and then like their plan foiled. Maybe I'll just do like plan with a circle and a line through it, like the plan got destroyed or foiled. And then the last, so little b, I'll just do an and symbol here, and infant escaped. Okay. So like I said earlier, you get to decide what order. Now you've got your like bones kind of your paper with these fused outlines. So you can decide what order you want to put these in, but your assignment is going to be to actually write the paragraphs. You only need 3 paragraphs, and you're going to use these outlines to create your paragraphs in whatever order you think makes sense. And just to take a quick peek at the checklist, it's already time to go. That was fast. But your checklist here, so you've got your usual stuff on top. You've got all 6 dress ups, and then your 2 sentence openers. The ly adverb is the new one that we talked about a couple weeks ago. And the opener it can't count as your ly adverb dress up word at the same time. So you'll have to have an opener separate than your ly adverb. So basically the adverb for your dress up is going to be somewhere in the middle of your sentence, but your adverb opener will be at the beginning. Okay. And then when you label these openers right before the sentence, you'll put these in brackets, a 2 and a 3, 2 for prepositional and 3 for ly adverb. And then just a quick reminder too, that the prepositional openers, and you can use your list in your grammar book to help you figure out which one to use. But like I said earlier, I hope I didn't confuse you, but we were talking about ing openers earlier. So those are still prepositional openers. They're just with ing. So you can use one of those, like according to, or like if you wanted to make reference to, or even a generic reference, like according to scientists, or according to this one scientist, Dr. Jane Goodall, you could do something like that as your opener. Or the word concerning was one, or regarding. So you can choose it whether the prepositional opener is an ing opener or not. It's pretty easy. I think you'll be able to figure out which one to use, but those will just have the brackets. There's no need to underline those words. You're just going to put a bracket as your opener. These are underlined, and then don't forget to highlight your topic clincher, highlight or bold, and your new title. So don't call it chimpanzees. We'll call it, you can use chimpanzees, but make your own title with the last sentence. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay. Yeah, that's pretty much it for today. And then starting after Easter, when we come back, we're going to start a new topic, or I mean, a new subject, basically, and then kind of go through a similar process, but it's going to be a bibliography. So I think it'll be pretty interesting.
All right.
And then after that, just so you know ahead of time, you get to pick your own topic. So you can be thinking of a topic that you want to write about, an animal, a person, an athlete, a movie star. You know, you get to kind of, and then I'm going to walk you through how to find your own information for research and stuff like that. So that's coming probably at the very end of April. So, all right, Jasper. Well, that's it for today. Let me stop this recording real quick.